Okay, so here's what we are going to be covering today. This is our roadmap, and I would like us to have like a quick revision of relative clauses and conjunction phrases. Then inversion for emphasis. After that, we're going to have academic vocabulary. We're going to have reading, speaking practice, and then we'll wrap up with the homework. Okay. Okay. All right. So quick revision before we get there. Claire, I think you were there
Yes,
for our previous
teacher.
classes. Can you just tell us something about the relative clauses or conjunction phrases?
Mm,
Hi, Akim.
Hi, Pam.
Welcome to class. So Akim and Hilaire were there for the previous classes, and I'd like them to just briefly, like in 3 seconds,
relative.
tell us something about
mm,
relative clauses and conjunction phrases.
I'm so sorry I'm late today because I'm not at home.
Oh, no,
Sorry.
it's fine. It's fine.
Uh, we saw that last time relative clauses like who, that, which, they are
Ma-
they are
English.
they are used to
Akim, can you mute your mic?
Sorry. Yeah.
we use it to avoid the repetition in the phrase in the sentence.
Okay.
Mm, uh, the the man who is speaking is Hakim.
Okay.
That is my example. And the concession phrases is to use words like also, even though, while, despite, to make a sentence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Akim, can you say something quickly?
For example, despite being tired, he finished the report.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much. Akim, can you say something
Yes.
about no for inversion for emphasis?
About what? Please?
Inversion for emphasis.
Inversion in phrases.
Yes, for emphasis.
Yes. w- we saw the inversion in phrases like why, who, which. No,
Th-
no.
Those are
The inversion.
relative clauses.
Sorry. That is relative clauses. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Inversion in phrases is the word what we use to make our point clear. When you want to express yourself on and want to make it your point of view to, I want to say, to convince somebody, you
Okay.
can use although, even though, in spite of,
All right. Those are
despite of.
consension phrases. Those are consension phrases.
Yes.
Okay. So last class. Okay, I'm just
I
going
can
to go
add.
there. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Hilaire. All right. If you look at my screen, you'll see quick revision. All right, relative clauses and consensual phrases, sorry. For relative clause, we talked about defining and we saw non-defining relative clauses, okay? And we said for relative clauses, we have non-defining, and for the non-defining, we're talking about essential information, and here there are no commas for your statement, for your sentence. Yeah, the report, like, and there's an example on there. You just look at it. It says the report that I submitted needs revision. The report that I submitted needs revision. Now, that's a defining relative clause sentence. And then we also saw non-defining relative clauses. And we said these are words that are used to give or add extra information to a sentence. And you here, the use of comma is very essential. Like, for example, I would hear a manager who has been here 10 years, comma, is retiring. Now, a manager is retiring would be the sentence. Very simple. But now we have to add extra information to it, which is who has been here 10 years is the extra information. And so for us to say this correctly, let's say our manager, comma, who has been here 10 years, is retiring. Now, those are relative clauses and defining and non-defining relative clauses. And then we looked at consensual phrases, and we looked at examples like although, even though, while, despite, in spite of. And I made mention that for although and even though, you look at the subject and verb, and then for despite, in spite of, you make use of the noun and the gerund. Okay, and here are examples. Although he was tired, he finished, comma, he finished the report. Although he was tired, he finished the report. And then using despite, we say despite being tired, he finished the report. And so those are just little examples to give us a quick review on what we saw on relative clauses and consensual phrases. All right, I just want us to go through this again today because we're not going to be looking at this again. Okay, and here we saw inversion for emphasis. Inversion for emphasis. And I don't know. I asked if Akin could remember something, and he didn't say. Okay. So for inversion for emphasis, normally, like I said last class, the subject comes before the verb. And with the inversion, we flip the order, to make the statement stronger and more dramatic. That's what I said last class. And in the normal order of speaking, for example, like we have here, it says, I have never seen this before. That's the very correct way of saying it, and it's just the normal order of saying it. But now, if you want to use the inversion for emphasis, instead of just saying, I have never seen this before, you say, never have I seen this before. Never have I seen this before. Now, it's the same thing you're saying, but then the second sentence is stronger and it sounds more dramatic. Last time I said something like, it seems like you're shouting in grammar. You're shouting in grammar, like you're making your point stronger. I have never seen this before. That's good. That's true. But when you say, never have I seen this before, that makes the whole sentence sound like it's something else. It sounds like you're actually emphasizing on something, which is or I would say it's inversion for emphasis. Okay, and this structure is very common in formal writing, speeches, and presentations. Okay, yeah. I'd like to go to the next slide. Okay. Okay. So now we have not only examples of inversions, we have not only, we have rarely, we have never have I, or never before. I just want you to look at it. Now let's look at our first three patterns, which is not only, but also, and we have rarely, and we have never have I, sorry, and we have never before. Uh, Now, an example, like I've written here, I say, not only did she finish early, but she also exceeded expectations. But she also exceeded expectations. So not only, but also. Now that makes it inverted. Now that sentence has been inverted. And we have rarely, which says, rarely have I met someone so dedicated. I could also say, I've rarely met someone so dedicated. Now, that's the normal way of saying it. But now the inversion pattern says, rarely have I met someone so dedicated. And we have never have I, never before. Uh, a sentence we could use is, for example, we have never have I seen such a well-organized presentation. And in the normal English, you can say, I have never seen such a well-organized presentation, which is perfectly correct, okay? But then the inversion patterns and the inversion for emphasis will say, never have I seen such a well-organized presentation. Now that makes the sentence an inversion sentence. Okay. Are we following up?
Yes.
Okay. Akim, is it clear now? Hi, Jonathan and Elise.
Yes, following.
Okay, so this is alpha there. Okay, I guess not. So these are the things we've seen in previous classes. And okay, we have another one here. We have no sooner than, and we have little did I know. Now these are also examples of inversion. And I have an example here. No sooner had the meeting started than the power went out. No sooner had the meeting started than the power went out. Now, the no sooner and the than is the inversion pattern in the sentence. And little did I know, we say, little did I know that the deal will fall through. Little did I know that the deal will fall through. Little did I know here is the inversion. It takes the sentence from the normal way of speaking to the inverted form of speaking. And now I said here that I said last class that the rule is that after the emphasis word, inverted the subject and auxiliary verb. It's just like forming a question, but it's a statement, not a question, because a question would normally end with a question mark, but that's not it. That's not it. So here's the rule that I've shown on the screen. But remember, you have to remember it's a statement and not a question, okay? Okay. Perfect. Okay, I would like to. We saw some of these examples in our last class. So we're just going to practice again. We just review them, what I said last class, and we'll move on to what we have today. So for example, 1, the normal way of saying the original sentence, and the next one is inverted for emphasis. So I'll just like you to put it down. If you can copy it out, please do. Ensure you copy it out so it helps you to better understand. Are we together?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so the original sentence says, I have never worked on such a difficult project. You know, you can be talking with your colleague and uh, just say, I have never worked on such a difficult project. Probably, maybe your boss gives you a project and you start working on it and it's giving you a hard time. And then you just come and you're sharing with your colleague, you're like, oh my God, I have never worked on such a difficult project. It's giving me a hard time. But now, if you have to invert it for emphasis, now for your colleague to really understand that that project is giving you a difficult time, you say, never have I worked on such a difficult project. Never have I worked on such a difficult project. Okay. And the second one says, she rarely arrives late to meetings. She rarely arrives late to meetings. Now, to invert it, you say, rarely does she arrive late to meetings. Rarely does she arrive late to meetings. And the third example, we have, he had no sooner sat down when his phone rang. And the inverted sentence for emphasis says, no sooner had he sat down than his phone rang. Now, you see that the tense to has changed. And so for the rule, like I said here, that after the emphasis word, invert the subject and auxiliary verb for the rule. It's just like forming a question. So after the emphasis word, invert the subject and the auxiliary verb. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. And okay, the fourth one says, I didn't know at the time that this discussion will change everything. I didn't know that this discussion, I didn't know at the time that this discussion will change everything. And the next inversion, sorry, that we have will say, little did I know at the time that this decision, sorry, will change everything. This decision will change everything. Little did I know at the time that this decision would change everything. The normal way of saying it says, I didn't know at the time that this decision would change everything. And
Teacher,
yes, please.
this sentence was given as a exercise homework, and I say that rarely did I know at that time this decision will change everything.
Okay.
I use rarely.
You use rarely.
Rarely did I know at time that this decision will change everything.
Okay. So
Here you use a little.
little did I know,
Mhm.
because rarely doesn't fit into the sentence correctly. It sounds correct, but you use little did I know, because that's
Okay,
an inversion. Yes. Say
no
little did
problem.
I
Thank you.
know, yes, at the time that the decision will change everything. Okay, great.
And the second one I use never.
Never. Okay, the team not only met.
Never made the team only the deadline, but also improve the quality of the work.
Okay, now I'll go back to the rule.
Mhm.
Here's the rule. I said after the emphasis word, invert the subject and the auxiliary verb. Now it says the team not only met the deadline, but also improved the quality of the work. Excuse me. Now, the inversion is actually here in the sentence. Okay? Not only did, not only,
Mhm.
it's the inversion is actually in the sentence. But now the normal way of saying it, you don't start with the inversion. I told you that when you want to use an inverted sentence, you start with the inversion. Now, in the sentence says the team not only met the deadline, but also improved the quality of the work. Now, the inversion says not only did the team meet the deadline, but they also improved the quality of the work. Not only and but. Okay?
Yes, I use never,
All right.
but
So
not.
the right way to
Mhm.
put it, yes, the
Yes, not
inversion is,
only.
yes, it's right there in the
Not
sentence. Yes.
okay. Okay, not only did the team. Okay.
Perfect. Hi, Akim. Is Akim there? Okay, I wanted to know what he also wrote in when he did his exercise. Okay, perfectly. Jonathan, are we together?
Yes, we are together.
Okay, so this is what we saw in our last class, and it was just a quick review to put us through. To put us through. Uh, Hi, Hilaire. I want you to
Yes.
go to the Zoom chat and check your
Thank you. I
certificate.
received a certificate. Thank you so much.
It's okay now, right?
They sent it. They send it now. Thank you so much.
Okay, perfect.
Best regard.
Okay, I hope we have
Mm.
no problems again.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, so today we are going to build on our vocabulary and we are going to look at rhetorical and emphasis devices. Can you write that down? Okay, I'm sure we've written that down, right? Are we good? Can you all hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, you say? Mhm.
Okay, then you should please write this down before we go ahead. Rhetorical and emphasis devices. Now here we are building vocabulary.
Uh, Please, sorry, I don't understand I didn't understand what you're saying. To make sentencing with
No, I want you to write this
Mm.
down. Write this down. This is something new you're going to look at now.
to write it.
Yes, write this down. Vocabulary, rhetorical and emphasis devices. I want you to write that down. Is it clear now?
I don't think it's clear for you.
It's not clear for me.
Okay. I want you to take down notes. Take down, write down something. Write it down.
Oh, okay.
Yes, write it out. Okay. Are you done? Okay.
I'm
So, pardon?
okay, no problem. We can go
Okay,
ahead.
great.
Clearly, on that.
Okay. All right. So these are phrases that actually draw attention to your main point. Okay. And they go at the start of the sentence. I'll say it again. These are sentences. These are phrases, sorry, that draw attention to your main point. They draw attention to your main point. Okay. Uh, we have as example, clearly, undoubtedly, it is widely believed that, and we have what's more. Now, these are phrases that draw attention. They draw attention to your point. They draw attention to your main point. You use them to open a sentence. Example on the screen. It says, clearly, comma, the data supports the conclusion. Clearly, comma, the data supports this conclusion. Okay, clearly, the data supports this conclusion. Okay, we'll move to the next. Now I'm just going to put this in the chat. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go to the chat. I've sent clearly, undoubtedly. It is widely believed that what's more. Okay, and I said these are phrases that draw attention to your main points. These are phrases that draw attention to your main points. Now, you're going to bring up a point. It can be about your work, about your hobby, about nation's news, and you know, I want you to just make one sentence with each of these words, everybody. And you have 3 minutes to do that. Let me see what you've got. Can we try that?
Okay.
Thank you. Blair, did you hear me?
Yes, no problem.
Okay. Akin, you can try since you said you can speak right now. If you can write, just do. 3 minutes, please. Can I have it?
Yes, I sent mine. I sent mine in the chat.
In the chat. Okay.
Do you see it
No, I can't see it.
in the chat?
Yes, in the chat.
Eh? Oh, you can't see it in the chat?
I can see it in the chat.
But okay, maybe. Is it correct now?
Oh, yes, yes. Okay. Is it just one? Hi, Jonathan.
You say how many?
I said with all
Two.
like yes. Can you add one more with it is widely believed that?
Okay.
Mhm. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, Hilaire. Wow. Hilaire says, undoubtedly, this English class is improving my English, which is very correct because you're simply drawing attention to the main point. Your main point is this English class is improving my English, which is your main point. And with all certainty and drawing attention to what you're saying, you say undoubtedly, this English class is improving my English. Wow, that's great. Jonathan says clearly. Okay, Jonathan, thank you. You've done so well. When you write clearly, you have to continue with a comma. Okay, clearly, comma. The enforcement of traffic rules will save without an S.
All right.
Yes, will save lives. Perfect. Clearly, comma. The enforcement of traffic rules will save lives. So instead of saves, you write safe. And Jonathan says, undoubtedly, sports is important for health. Undoubtedly. Of course, everyone can say sports is important for health because that is very true, right? Now, you want to make it more profound, you want to emphasize on it, you want to draw attention to that point you want to make. You use undoubtedly, as you said, undoubtedly, sports is important for health. Okay. You are going to correct your undoubtedly, Jonathan,
Okay.
the spelling. Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay, please do. And clearly, comma. I said clearly, comma. Always ensure that your comma is not left out to make your sentence grammatically correct. Okay. All right. And he still says it's widely recognized that education is the key for success. Wow. Wow. Okay. That's correct. It's widely believed. All right. It's widely believed that you wrote it's widely recognized that I read as it's widely believed. So I
Okay.
asked you to use it is widely believed that. So you write it is widely believed that education is the key for success. Is key for success. So you're going to correct that. It is widely believed that education is the key for success. Hi, Elise. Are you with us? Okay. And the last one, Jonathan says, what's more, these courses will definitely improve my English skills. Thank you, Jonathan. I believe English will be polished, improved, and bettered. Okay, that was great. That was so great, Jonathan and Hilaire. That was excellent. Hilaire, it's like you sent something. I can't see it again.
It's widely required that jogging helps people feeling good.
Is it in the chat?
Yes,
I can't see it again. I saw it the first time you sent, then it's like you deleted.
it is on the out of.
Okay, perfect. I've seen it. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Great. It's widely required. Okay, use required. It is widely required. You said required. I want you
Require
to
or
do it is widely
require.
believed.
Believe. No, sorry. Okay. Believe.
Yes, I want you
Sorry.
to use it is widely believed that. Okay, can you correct that?
Wait, it's done. It's done. It's
Okay.
okay. Mhm.
It is widely believed that jogging helps people feel good. Feel people
Feel.
with a small p.
Okay.
Yes. It is widely believed that jogging helps people feel good. And you have to correct the spelling of widely.
It's okay. Is it correct now?
I'm checking it. Good. Now correct the spelling of widely. It is widely. Sorry.
Mhm.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Thank you so much, Hilaire. That was great.
You're
So
welcome.
great. That was so great. Uh, I hope Akim is following up. Is Elise there? She hasn't said a word. Hi, Elise. Are you with us?
Wait,
Okay, Akim is here with us. Okay, thank you, Akim,
I will be
for
at
you.
home in 5 minutes.
Okay, perfect. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, great. Okay. So this goes at the start of a sentence to highlight the importance of what you want to say. We'll just go to the next slide. Okay, now we are going to look at academic hedging language. Academic hedging language. Can you write that down? Can you write that down? Academic hedging language. Now, when you talk about academic hedging, it's a softer language that we use when we are not stating something as 100% fact. Okay. Now, you can be having a discussion with someone, um, or with your boss, a friend, a colleague, and now you want to sound careful, you want to sound professional because you are not certain that what you're saying is 100% fact. And so you use the hedging language. I say it again, it's a softer language used when you're stating something that is not 100% true. Now, this is so that you sound careful and you sound professional. For example, we have it could be argued that. This suggests that, arguably, to some extent. Now, you use this when you're not 100% certain, and but you want to be very careful and you want to ensure that you're still professional in what you're saying. So you could use, it could be argued that, this suggests that, arguably, to some extent. Can we write these examples down? Well, let me put it in the chat. Can we copy that quickly? Hilaire, are you done? Jonathan, are you done?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm,
Hilaire, are you done?
you say to make sentences.
No, copy. Write this
Copy.
out.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
Yes.
you have? Have you? Have you done that?
Uh, yeah, it's written.
Okay. Okay. Excuse me. Now the example is on your screen. I want us to look at it. Hi, Jonathan. Can you read this out for us, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
It could be argued that remote work improves productivity.
Thank you so much. It could be argued that remote work improves productivity. Now, that's not 100% a fact, right? That's not completely true. We are not actually certain that remote work improves productivity because you can actually work remotely and you don't improve in your productivity. And another person who doesn't work remotely actually improves his or her productivity. So, to sound careful, professional, because this is not 100% fact, you say it could be argued that remote work improves productivity. Now, you have to notice how this sounds. It sounds more thoughtful than just a flat statement of fact. It sounds more thoughtful, right? Because I could just say remote work improves productivity. And in a room of so many people, people will be like, are you sure? Are you really sure? Now, rather than just sounding flat with my thoughts and having an unqualified statement made in a room where I'm not actually certain, because that can be argued and that's not 100% true, to sound better, careful, and professional, you will say it could be argued that remote work improves productivity. So probably with your colleague or with your friends or maybe in a gathering and you're having a discussion and maybe the topic could be, does remote work improve productivity? Question mark. And people can be talking, saying what they're saying, and so many people are going to have different opinions. Why? That's because it's not a fact. That's because it can be argued. And so not to sound flat like them, to sound more careful and professional, rather than just saying that, of course, it improves work, remote work improves productivity, can just say it could be argued that remote work improves productivity. Now, that's you being careful and being professional and stating your own idea well and nicely and sounding so professional. Okay? Okay. Next. Okay. Okay. So the first one says, example, social media affects mental health. How true is this statement? Social media affects mental health. Are we actually sure it does? And so, not to sound too confident, because not everyone who uses social media has been affected mentally, right? Right, Hilaire?
Yes, you are right. Right.
Perfect, perfect. And so, not to just sound flat, like social media affects mental health. That's kind of like saying all of us here using social media, we have mental health, which is not true. And so to sound soft and to be more careful because this is not 100% fact. I gave as an example, it could be argued that it could be argued because this can actually be argued. It's not 100% fact. So it could be argued that social media affects mental health. Now, that's the hedging. The hedging is it could be argued that it could be argued because we're not 100% certain about it. Okay. And then
It's
sec
mean that somebody said that, and it is not a, a true everywhere every time.
yes,
So
it's
you
not
have
always true.
yeah, it's an official. Um,
Yes.
it is a
So
caution
yes,
for you to explain your idea
yes, perfect. And
without
so
verification.
yes, perfect. Which I said it makes it academic hygiene is you just using a softer language. And I
Mhm.
said it is used when you're stating something that's not 100% the facts. Now
Mhm.
you sound more careful and more professional. Okay?
Mm.
Yes. Now, uh, I want to give a common example. Okay, maybe you're at work and uh maybe your colleague is not yet there at work and your boss can be like, "Hi, Jonathan. Why is uh Hilaire maybe he can be like, "Why is Hilaire late for work today?" And not to sound as if you're very certain why he's late, you can say something like, "It could be that he's held up in traffic," right? Because now you want to answer your boss, you want to be careful, and you want to be professional because it's not 100% true. So maybe Hilaire is Jonathan's colleague at work, and maybe Hilaire is running late for work and he's not yet at work. And so the boss is like, "Hi, Jonathan, um, why is Hilaire late for work?" You just be like, it could be that he's been held up in traffic or he's stuck in traffic. Now you are careful and you are professional. Why? Because that's not 100% true. We don't know. Maybe he's actually not going to come that day, and probably, maybe he's not held up in traffic. So, for you to be careful, but saying something because it's not 100% the fact, you now use it could. Okay? Have you understood?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Jonathan, is it okay?
Okay.
Is it fine? Is it okay with you?
Yeah, yeah, it's
Okay,
fine.
perfect. Now the next example, I say this is the most important factor. Now this is just a vague sentence. It doesn't mean that whatever we are talking about or saying or emphasizing on is the most important factor. So you can say undoubtedly, this is the most important factor. And the third one says remote work is better for employees. Now, that's not 100% true because there's some employees that you need them to actually be there, present at work, so that they can be effective and more efficient. And so that's not totally true. So you say, arguably, remote work is better for employees. Arguably, remote work is better for employees. Now, when you sound like this, when you're having a discussion with someone, you sound more professional, more refined, uh, you sound nicer and better than just saying something that seems to be vague, not 100% true. And well, so since it's not 100% true, you're careful and you're professional. And so you use a hedging language. Okay, move to the next. Okay, before that, okay, before that, I would like you to make sentences with the following. Sorry. Okay, make sentence with this. Let's say this. This suggests that, excuse me, to some extent. Mm, okay, also make a sentence with arguably. Okay, great. Can you try? Can you try that? Using those three. It's in the chat. Can you see?
Yes.
Wait.
Teacher, you say this suggests that?
Yes. Can you make sentences with this suggests that to some extent, arguably?
Mhm.
Yes, I want you to try that. Okay, you have 3 minutes to try it out. You done? Hi, Jonathan. Is it going? Okay. Hilaire, are you sending more?
Oh, no, I'm just watching the second one.
Pardon?
I'm working, I am
Working? You're working?
writing the second
Okay.
example. Mhm.
Okay. 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 Thank you. Thank you all so much. Hilaire says, arguably, playing soccer is a good business nowadays. Nowadays.
Okay, nowadays, okay.
Yes. Now, when you say playing soccer, right? This refers to the act of playing. Why? For business here, refers to maybe an industry or money-making activity. So But you put the sentence just vague like this, it kind of mismatches the ideas. But then this is good. Like grammatically, this is correct. So you could also say, arguably, playing soccer professionally is a good career nowadays. Or maybe you could say, arguably, soccer is a good business nowadays. Now, because playing soccer, first of all, is a game, and business-wise, it's another idea on its own. So that's actually very correct. And if you want to maybe explain to someone, you have to maybe break it down. So now I can say this is for when maybe you're having a discussion with your friend Hilaire, and you're talking about playing soccer as a good game, and also playing soccer as a business. Playing soccer as a business. So we say arguably playing soccer is a good business nowadays. Thank you. Welcome,
You prefer
Akin.
Mhm.
Yes, Hilaire, you want to say
you
something?
prefer soccer? You prefer soccer or playing soccer?
No, it's okay. It's correct. Playing soccer.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
playing soccer. Yes.
Mm.
Yes. I was just saying you could also say, arguably, playing soccer professionally is a good
Okay.
career nowadays. Now, that's because we want to emphasize that playing soccer, first of all, is an activity. Okay.
Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
business now on the other side is a money-making activity or an industrial kind of activity. Okay. So you could as well say, arguably, playing soccer professionally is a good career nowadays. And you can also say, arguably, soccer is a good business nowadays. Mm? Did you
Yeah,
get that?
soccer is a good business nowadays.
Yes. Now, you could say that, and that
Mhm.
would be perfect. Arguably, soccer is a good business nowadays. Now, this signals a debatable but a reasonable claim. It's debatable. We can actually argue it. Some people can say it's not a good business, and others will say it's a good business. So you come in and you say, arguably, soccer is a good business nowadays because you are for the opinion that soccer is a good business nowadays. But then you want to be careful, like I said, and professional. You don't just argue like every other person because anything that can be argued is not a fact. If you can argue it, then it's not a fact because facts cannot be argued. Great. Jonathan says, hi, Akim. Are you with us?
Hi, Bam. Yes, I'm here. I'm so
I hope
sorry. How are you
it's
doing?
okay. I'm good. I hope you're not lost.
Last week you were sick. Are you okay now?
I am fine, by the grace of God. Thank you for asking.
Mm.
All right. Are you following up on today's class?
Yes, now I can say I follow this class, but before I heard I already heard what you said, but
You
couldn't
already heard.
I
Okay. Okay, you could not comment
yes.
or talk.
Mm.
All right. But are you understanding?
Uh, I cannot say yes because it's but I'm not I'm not want to disturb what you already done
Already
until
done.
yet. I want to stay quiet and maybe next time or I can if I can have a resume of the what you did today. I will be happy and I can uh, work on it.
Okay, that's fine. So just follow up keenly and you're definitely going to understand. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. Um, right, right away. Let's go. Through. Jonathan says, one, he says, this suggests that the new traffic policy may have decreased the rate of fatalities. Hmm. This suggests that the new traffic policy may have decreased the rate of fatalities. Now, that's perfectly put. And just the word may makes it uh careful, you know, just your use of the word may make the sentence more careful and professional. So you're saying this suggests that. Now, this suggests that it's not like it's a certainty, but then this suggests that the new traffic policy may have decreased the rate of fatalities because actually it may be that the rate of fatalities has actually reduced, decreased, and so you can be correct. Same as maybe it has not really decreased that way, and so you sound careful and professional. That's excellent, Jonathan. Uh, Jonathan says, the second one he says, to some extent, social media can lead to mental disorder rate to some extent because it's not totally true. You and I, Jonathan and I, we don't have any mental disorder and we use social media. But to some extent, social media can lead to mental disorder because we have people who have mental disorders because of social media. So that's perfectly put, Jonathan. Jonathan says again that arguably effective communication is essential for successful relationships. Either you make it plural or you make it singular. So you can say essential for a successful relationship or essential for successful relationships. Okay, Jonathan? Great. Arguably. Great. Perfect. Hilaire says, this suggests that learning English opens more opportunity. Okay. Uh, opens. I want you to correct that. Sorry. This suggests that learning English opens with a single P. Okay, Hilaire? Can you correct that? Opens. O-P. One P. One. And then E-N-S. Okay, I'll just put it opens. Okay. Hilaire, can you see that?
Yes, it's correct before.
I've corrected. I've sent the correct way. Okay. Of putting, okay, great. This suggests that learning English opens more opportunities. Perfect. And lastly, you say, uh, uh,
To some extent, no physical moving
okay,
is not good for the healthy. For
okay,
feeling.
okay, I see it. To some extent, no physical moving is not good for the healthy. Hmm,
Or
I
for the
want
health.
I
For the
want to
health.
understand. I want to understand your sentence.
For the
What
health.
can you explain? Can you try to explain?
Uh, to some extent, no moving is bad for the health.
But
Mm, for the health.
yes,
Mm. For the health or for the healthy.
health.
Mm.
Can you read it out now? Let's hear.
To some extent, moving is very bad for the health.
Okay. Now, I think what you're saying here is that if you don't do physical
Exercise.
exercise,
Mhm.
like lack of it is actually bad for our health, right?
Yes, lack of exercise, physical exercise is bad.
Okay. So, can you
The
now correct it?
international health community advise us to move.
Yes.
You can walk, you can walk, you can
Yes.
run, you can
Yes.
go to jogging to the gym. Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
Mm.
All right. So, instead of saying to some extent, no moving is bad, sorry, bad for the health, you can just say to some extent, a lack of physical exercise is bad for the health.
Yeah. Yeah.
To some to some extent, that's what you wanted to say, right?
Yes.
Great. So the right way to say it is to
Lack
some
of
extent.
moving, you say?
To some extent, comma, a lack of physical exercise. Sorry.
Is very bad for girls. But to some extent, lack of physical exercise is very bad for the health.
Okay. To some extent, a lack of physical exercise is bad for the health. Can you see? Can you see that?
Okay, lack of physical exercise is bad for health. Yes. It's
Yes.
the same I say.
So that just tells people that if you don't do physical exercise, your health can break. And now you want to be careful and you want to be professional because some people like me may not really engage in physical exercises, but somehow we stay healthy. Maybe. Okay. Now, others, if they don't do it, their health will break. Others don't do it and they are still fine. So, to some extent, a lack of physical exercise is bad for the health.
Mhm.
Yes, because that can be argued. But now, so bring your points, but be sure that you're careful and you sound professional. You say to some extent, a lack of physical exercise is bad for the health. And that's perfectly correct. Great. Perfect. Okay. So we'll move over to the next part. Next slide. Okay. So right now, I just want us to read this out and can Jonathan help us to read it?
Okay.
Thank you, Jonathan.
This study examines the relationship between structured feedback and employee performance in professional settings. Drawing on data collected from 3 mid-sized companies, the research suggests that employees who receive regular specific feedback demonstrate measurably higher engagement than those who receive feedback only during annual reviews. It could be argued that the frequency of feedback matters more than its content alone.
Mm.
Clearly, organizations that prioritize consistent communication create stronger conditions for growth. However, further research is needed to determine whether these findings apply equally across industries and company sizes.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Now, this is an abstract. That was so excellent, Jonathan. Thank you so much for reading. I think we should do more of reading often because the way you sound, that was so like you're from England. That was so nice. Congratulations. I really love that. Okay, so this is an abstract. So he has read once, and I want now I want Hilaire to read. Now the first time Jonathan read was just for us to follow up and look at it. Now Hilaire is going to read it again so that so that together we'll find the hedging and the emphasis language in this abstract sentence. Is Hilaire there?
Okay. Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Hilaire.
This study examined the relationship between structured feedback and employee performance in professional settings. Drawing on data collected from 3 mind-sized companies, the research suggests that employees who receive regular specific feedback demonstrate measurably higher engagement than those who receive feedback only during annual reviews. It could be argued that the frequency of feedback matters more than its content alone. Clearly, organizations that prioritize consistent communication create stronger conditions for growth. However, thorough research is needed to determine whether these findings apply equally across industries and companies' sizes.
Sizes.
Mm,
Perfect. The way you're reading, you all are reading so fluently. I'm
thank
loving it.
thank
I
you.
think we'll do a lot of reading,
Thank
because
you.
to read something and sound correctly in English is actually a plus. And so just imagine this was a board meeting with your boss, and you're reading and you're sounding this clean, and he can understand. He'll be like, wow, wow, wow. Are you sure this is Jonathan reading this? Okay. Like that's going to be so, like, it sounded so confident and so good. So we're going to do a lot of reading. Great. So I don't know. Did we find along the reading, did we see any hedging and emphasis language?
Yes,
Jonathan, what about you?
yes, I can see two.
Okay, don't say it yet. Don't say it yet. Don't say it yet. Okay,
Okay.
great.
Yes, there are the very
Okay, great. So I want us to look at it again. Now, when you read any text, okay, it is very important that you know the main idea of what the text is saying. That is, you do the main finding of the study or of the text. Because a novel, you can have a novel, a big novel to read, but the entire idea of the novel is talking about um being uh let's say mm, maybe being productive and being someone who is hardworking. But the novel may be like this, the book may be like this big, but the main idea about the entire book is that you should be hardworking and more productive. And so it is very important that every text you read or every passage you come across, when you read it, you understand the main idea. So I want you to look at this again and tell me, what's the main idea of this that you just read? Who can try?
I'll try.
Okay.
According to me, the main idea is about performance reviews in the company settings.
Mm. Mm. Performance review and correct. It's right there. This study examines the relationship between structured feedback and performance and employee performance in a professional setting. And you just said performance review. That's absolutely correct. That's the main idea of this text, this abstract that I just brought. So whenever you read a text and you're able to bring out the main idea from the text, it gives you big, a detailed understanding of the idea itself, such that you may say a lot about it without necessarily using the exact words. Just like you said, professional review, employee review in a professional setting. Now, if you look at it there, we didn't have review on the first line, but you said review. That's because you've understood what this abstract is all about. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So I want us to find one heading phrase in the text, and I'll go back to the text. One heading phrase in the text.
Me, teacher, the research
Okay,
suggests
okay,
that employee
okay.
research suggests that employee who receive regular
Okay, sorry.
specific. The
Sorry.
second sentence, in the second sentence line,
Okay.
the research,
Okay, drawing on the data collected from the 3 mid-sized companies, the research suggests that, and now
yeah,
this here is the research, right? It suggests
mm,
that
mhm,
employers who receive regular feedback or regular and specific feedback demonstrate measurably high engagement more than those who receive feedback only during annual reviews. That's not necessarily true, right? But
yeah,
then it suggests,
mhm.
because the research has been done, so the research suggests that because that research is not 100% true.
And the second is it could be argued that the frequency of feedback, mhm,
Feedback matters more than its content
yeah,
alone.
mm,
Okay. Does
mm.
Jonathan have something else to say? For hedging alone.
For edging alone, why not clearly organization that prioritize consistent communication create stronger conditions for growth?
Okay. Remember, sorry. Remember we talked about hedging and we talked about emphasis, rhetorical and emphasis. Okay. And for rhetorical and emphasis, okay, before we go to that, the next question it says, find one emphasis device in this text. Emphasis device in this text. I'll go back to the text so you look at it again. Emphasis.
Clearly, it begin in sentence clearly prioritized.
Okay, Kile says clearly. What about you, Jonathan?
Yeah, it's okay. There is
Clearly.
even the answer at the bottom of your next slide.
Yes. Pardon?
At the bottom of your next slide,
Of the next slide. Yes, it's
the, the,
there.
the answer is there.
Yes, sorry. So, um, this clearly here is talking about emphasis, and um going to the heading, we have this suggests that, it could be argued that, okay? So when you read a text, ensure you always understand what the main idea of that text is, and clearly you all understood, and that's very good. Okay, perfect. So answer key. I said hedging. We have it could be argued that, or suggest, because you you are not imposing on someone, because it's not a fact. It's not 100% true. And so you're talking with someone, you are like, it could be argued that, oh, this suggests that. And then when you want to emphasize, say clearly. You're laying emphasis on what you're saying clearly. So you now use clearly. Okay, thank you. Is that understood? Any questions so far?
No, it's okay. It was very nice.
Okay. Jonathan, what about you?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine?
Great.
Okay. Okay. We are just going to rush to the key takeaway. All right. So tomorrow, right? Uh, we're going to do a 1 minute presentation opening where you choose any topic, can be about your work, your hobby, or something you care about. I want you to use one inversion structure. I want you to try to include one hedging or emphasis phrase, and then I want you to speak it out with confidence tomorrow. Can we do that,
We will try.
Jonathan?
Yes.
Akim? Hi, Akim. Yeah, Akim is not there. All right, so can you quickly write this out so that we can end our class?
Is it for tomorrow, you say?
Yes, it's for tomorrow. It's for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay.
So this is going to be our speaking exercise tomorrow. So I want you to choose any topic. Can be your work, your hobby, something you care about. Can be about the recent happenings around you. And I want you to use an inversion. I want you to include one hedging, an emphasis phrase, and then we speak just the way you all were reading with so much confidence. We speak because our goal here is that you know how to read it, you understand what you read, you speak with confidence, and also for you to be able to just sit and think in English. Because maybe if I speak French fluently, or I'm always comfortable speaking in my own dialect. I may just always sit and think in my dialect. But then I want us to also get to that point where everyone can sit like this and think. Like your thoughts, you're thinking about something, but your thoughts is in English. Are we done?
Yes.
Jonathan, what about you? Are you done?
Yes. You know,
Okay.
there is a way to download it, so I did it.
Pardon?
There is a way to download your slides, so I just download it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Akim. Oh, Akim is not there. Hi, Elise. Okay. So we're going to end our class here and we'll continue tomorrow. I don't know. Is there any question? Is there any worry? And maybe is there something you've understood very well and you want to really say it again? We are listening. Okay, I'm definitely going to call out. Okay, so Jonathan, what have you learned today?
I have learned many things today,
Okay, which are
especially edging or emphasis devices.
okay,
Yeah, that's what I learned the most.
great. And so you see that this applies to your daily life, right? Discussions that you have around. And so
Yes,
while talking, make use of hedging. Okay?
yeah.
Yes, make use of hedging and emphasis devices.
We have
Okay.
also review relative clauses,
Mm-hmm.
concession phrases,
Mm-hmm.
and you learn also inversion structure,
Yes.
edging or emphasis phrases, and you also read a text.
Okay.
Mm,
So are we okay? Are we good?
No problem.
All right. Perfect. Okay. Thank you all so much for joining. See you in tomorrow's class. And it's the same link. The same link you used today is the same link to use tomorrow. So do well to use the same link and be early for tomorrow's class. It's going to be more fun and more interactive. We are going to talk a lot and participate a lot. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, no
All
problem.
right. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much,
much.
Jonathan. Thank you, Akim. Thank you, Hilaire. Thank you, Elise. We
You're
call it
welcome. See you.
a day.
Mm,
Bye.
Bye.
Right.